Hello everyone, this is Dr. Jan, welcoming you to another Monday Miniatures Ramble. This time for Monday the, The 18th of September 2017. I have finished only 4 minis this past week, but they're big ones. They're all giants. Specifically, they're all fire giants. And they're so big I can't really fit them all into shots. I struggled a bit with certain portions of them, but in the end, I'm kind of happy with how they turned out. The leather vest on this guy became a bit boring. I was trying to make it 2 tones, 2 different kinds of leather. I'm not sure that really comes across. But I am happy with this quilted thing. I wanted to make it different. I wanted to make it a red, like a leather, but a different red than the scale cloaks, for instance here. So this is a very deep red, and I tried to make this a bit iridescent as well, while the red leather here is more flat and well, not so shiny. And here's the final dude. Now, there were a lot of gems on these guys, and they don't, in the casting with the bones, the gems don't really come out very well. They're not regularly shaped. They're not, they weren't, I didn't feel like using the standard gem painting technique of paint to simulate gems. So I used a combination of pearl white paint and glazing to get a sort of gem-like effect. Also, there's so many of them on the queen here. She's littered with gems, and I didn't have the energy to paint all of them. But I'm overall pleased with this selection of D&D foes. As for work in progress, I don't think I've done much to Storm Giant since last week. A little bit on the Cloud Giant, the armor and weapon mostly, and started work on the metallics on this guy, the Sorcerer. You can't really tell, I suppose, but I've highlighted the metallics on the backpack as well. I think I'm going to add in another color. Some parts should be blue, as should some parts of his armor here, while the robes are a sort of creamy white or light tan color. Not much to say really. Work continues. So a progress report on the Space Marines. What you see here is the 9 tactical Marines I managed to cobble together from my various boxes of bits, and they're pretty legit. I mean, they're not. I think these are. They don't have any parts or gear that is sort of off canon. It's all stuff that a Space Marine could or should have. And what I've done so far with them is assemble them and prime them. And I've done sort of the pre-shaded primer thing with dark gray, light gray, and white. The bases are going to be ruined roads. They're supposed to be just chunks of concrete they're standing on. So I'm going to paint them like roadways, maybe with some faded stripe down the middle. And as you might imagine from this banner, I haven't mentioned this, but the plan is to paint them in the Crimson Fists color scheme because it's relatively simple. It's mostly just blue, and that's good for airbrushing which is what I intend to do. I intend to simply glaze blue on top of this and call it done. Well, almost done. I might go in and fix some details. We'll see how it happens. Now, on the other hand, the Assault Marines, these are some weird Frankenstein's monsters of kit bashing things. We have, I don't know if you can tell, there's a Crucifix shoulder pad, and there's a Chaos shoulder pad, and there's an axe from the actual Assault Marine kit, and another arm and a gun from I don't know where. And yeah. But such is what happens when you kit bash. And I've left the jump packs off for painting because if you put one of these on, it just covers up so much of the model. There's so many places you cannot get a paintbrush into. So I will put those on later. And in the meantime, I've put some liquid mask on the nubs where the packs are glued on. Yeah. So 5 of these guys en route. And while I don't really need to add more projects just now, I thought I'd show you what's in the pipeline. These are, in fact, once I finish these Space Marines, this will be the last of the 40k related miniatures that I have unpainted in my collection. These are a couple of guys from an old kit you might recognize. This guy is named Balthasar, and this guy is named Cranon. And, well, I have decided they should get scenic bases. So I have picked out from my collection of scenic bases a couple of sort of rocky terrain they should stand on. Now that I look at them, maybe I should switch them around. Maybe it should be like this, but oh well. We'll decide later. Yeah, maybe I'll get started prepping one or more of these by next week. So actually, nothing new in the way of miniatures arrived in my mailbox this week. So what am I going to close this video out with? Well, I did buy something new that's sort of miniatures related that I thought I'd share with you. You're looking, of course, at my new work table, my new workspace that I expanded into over the summer. And this is located on my balcony. It's outside my kitchen, and you can see my normal painting setup in there. And over here we have the windows. This is a fully glassed in balcony, so it's protected from the wind, but you know, there's no insulation here. And as we all know, House Stark is always right, sooner or later. Winter is coming. What are we going to do about that? How are we going to stay able to work out here when winter does come? Well, I got this thing. An infrared heater. A little 1000-watt sucker for a wall mounting. And I'm going to place it above this window here. You see there's like that gray wood slat that goes there. That's something I believe I can drill into to be able to mount this. And then I'll have heat radiating down onto my workspace. And of course I have the electricity there. I haven't done it yet. I haven't done the mounting because, you know, there's a little bit of work. There's some drilling and some hammering and, you know. I don't feel fully motivated to do it yet. It's still relatively, well, not warm, but you know, it's bearable. I think when the cold actually comes, that will provide me with motivation to do some more handiwork. But until then, I'll leave things as they are. And this is also the end of this video. So I will see you next week. Click like, subscribe, comment, and share the video. And I will be back in a week. Dakian, signing off.